Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host Thomas Sawyer from On the Hot Podcast. Today, this is going to be episode 82 for you guys. Today, this will be the final episode of On the Hot Podcast for the calendar year of 2022. Of course, this episode is going to be coming on all four of our platforms: our Instagram account, our Facebook account, our YouTube account, and our Apple Podcast account. So let's go ahead and dive into this week's episode. This will be a solo episode, just your host only. And let's dive into the first segment of this episode. Who wins the NFL MVP award this season? Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts? And at this point, I do believe it's down to a two-man race with 2 weeks left to go in the NFL season. So in this segment, I will be debating who I believe will be the MVP of the 2022 season. And my vote as of right now today is Patrick Mahomes. I will dive into the reasons why I believe he will win the award over Jalen Hurts in this segment. But currently, Patrick Mahomes is the odds-on favorite to win the MVP award as we speak. Mahomes is, as of Monday morning, is the DraftKings odds-on favorite to win the award. Mahomes currently sits at a negative 500 favorite over Jalen Hurts at this particular moment. And to me, Patrick Mahomes has been the MVP ever since the second half of the NFL season started. Yes, Jalen Hurts has always had the better record between him and Patrick Mahomes this NFL season, but overall, at an overall standpoint, I do believe that Patrick Mahomes has been the better quarterback and has been the better overall player in the second half of the NFL season. And you can look at it to this standpoint. Patrick Mahomes this year has a record of 12 wins and 3 losses to his resume. Jalen Hurts has a record of 13 wins and 1 loss to his resume. Currently missing last week's game. So that Saturday game against the Dallas Cowboys was his first game missed of the NFL season. But NFL voters and the way how they vote on today's NFL MVP, the voters like to punish players for not playing in every single game. Now we're looking at a NFL season that is 18 weeks filled. That would mean with teams playing 17 games in the regular season compared to 16 over the last few years. So NFL voters have always punished players for not playing the whole entire NFL season. And an example of this, we're looking at this race is neck and neck. This is anybody's race to lose at this point between Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. But you look back 2 years ago, this is a prime example when it was a two-man race again in the 2020 season, the pandemic year between Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. It was a two-man race all the way towards the end of the season. We saw Patrick Mahomes go down with a dislocated knee injury, which unfortunately he missed 2 games during the regular season. And that was a neck-and-neck race. That MVP award went to Aaron Rodgers that year because Aaron Rodgers played in more games than Patrick Mahomes, which helped him create the case for him winning the award and putting up better stats than Patrick Mahomes that season. So we're looking at the same thing this year with Jalen Hurts potentially missing another game this weekend against the New Orleans Saints, or potentially not playing at all for the rest of the regular season. Time will tell. But I do believe, minus the fact that Jalen Hurts missed his last game Saturday against the Cowboys, Patrick Mahomes has been the better quarterback. Patrick Mahomes currently leads the league in passing yards with 4,720 passing yards, 37 passing touchdowns, and 11 interceptions, and leads the league in QBR with a 78.5 rating. That is better to me. That's better quarterback play than Jalen Hurts. Yes, Jalen Hurts does have the ability. The passing yards, he's not top 10 passing yards. He does have the rushing yards to go with it, but Patrick Mahomes has more passing touchdowns than Jalen Hurts. And then, to me, the reason why Patrick Mahomes does deserve this award more than Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes has been the superhero for the Kansas City Chiefs this year. You look at everything this team has been through over the last 12 months. They don't have Tyreek Hill, which was their number one option at the wide receiver position. Tyreek Hill was not a part of this Kansas City team this NFL season, which had my doubts about the Kansas City Chiefs, and a lot of NFL analysts out there had their doubts about the Kansas City Chiefs before the NFL season started. Patrick Mahomes is putting together one of his best NFL seasons without Tyreek Hill. He's doing it with basically Travis Kelce, who is one of the greatest tight ends of all time. However, you take Travis Kelce out of the factor, he's doing this, I say that respectfully, with average wide receivers. Juju Smith is an average wide receiver. You have Kadarius Toney, who they just traded for. He's an average receiver right now. He's young in his career, but he's an average receiver. Who else do they have? Scantling is an average receiver. You look at rookie receiver Sky Moore. He's an average receiver right now, still trying to get his feet wet in the National Football League. When you talk about all those wide receivers I just named, all the attributes that they bring to the game is speed. And Patrick Mahomes is bringing the best out of them this NFL season. And on top of that, with the icing on the cake, the Kansas City Chiefs defense has been inconsistent throughout the season. Yes, they have good weeks where, like last week, where they look pretty good against the Seattle Seahawks, but there's weeks where they look inconsistent and they do not look like an elite defense. But this year, Patrick Mahomes has been the Superman for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's the reason why they are 12-3. And you remove Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce from the Kansas City Chiefs, they are a below 500 NFL team. Maybe a team like that's under 500 like the Las Vegas Raiders right now, or a team under 500 like the Pittsburgh Steelers. They'd be in that category for a team in the hunt right now without Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Can we really say the same about the Philadelphia Eagles? As great as Jalen Hurts has been this season, he's exceeded my expectations and has exceeded the NFL world's expectations this year. However, Jalen Hurts is surrounded by a great supporting cast, a greater supporting cast with the Philadelphia Eagles over the Kansas City Chiefs roster. Eagles are stacked top to bottom. They have one of, if not the best offensive line in football right now. They have one of the best running games in football right now with Pro Bowl running back Miles Sanders. They have offensive weapons of A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert at the tight end position. They have a outstanding defense that's loaded on the defensive line. The front seven of that Philadelphia Eagles defense is loaded. They're loaded at linebacker. They're loaded at defensive backs, corners, and safeties. So you mean to tell me that Jalen Hurts deserves to be the MVP over Patrick Mahomes? Patrick Mahomes has been the better player, better quarterback, more clutch player, and the overall player better. I believe the overall better player than Jalen Hurts this season. So to me, that is the reason why Patrick Mahomes deserves to win the NFL MVP. And I think it's his race to lose at this point because Jalen Hurts is going to have to play catch-up if he plays this weekend against the Saints. He's going to have an outstanding performance coming back from a sprained shoulder injury. If he sits this week and Patrick Mahomes has another great week this week in the NFL, then you might as well write this award off and cast it off to Patrick Mahomes. Get ready to give it to him in February before the Super Bowl starts. But that's my pick. I believe that Patrick Mahomes wins the MVP award over Jalen Hurts this NFL season.